Okay, so now we're going to pretend we've finished our lovely first scarf, even though it's only about 2 inches long. And you're going to learn how to bind off, which is the equivalent of closing your scarf stitches or any stitches that you're working. So you start out by knitting your first 2 stitches just the way you would normally. And then what you're going to do is pull that first stitch you knit over the second stitch. You knit the next stitch, and then you're going to take that first stitch. See, now I had knit 3, but one's gone away. One's been bound off. So I'm going to take this, and some people like to say it leapfrogs over. And my finger is keeping that stitch, first stitch on. So I leapfrog that over, and I've always got 1 stitch on my right hand needle. I knit my next stitch, leapfrog that over. Sometimes people, when they're a little bit new, kind of stop and pull this over. That's fine if you want to. It's the same effect. Ultimately, you'll get better at it, and you'll be able to just pull them over. So you'll go to your end of your row. You have to bind off all your stitches. And then when you get to your last stitch, you bind that off. Now you've got 1 stitch left on the needle. You're going to pull up the needle to get more yarn there. Take your needle out, and you're just going to snip that thread right at the top. Pull your ball yarn out, and now you've got that. If you pull that, that's fastened, that's tight. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a tapestry needle, and you're going to weave in your ends. So you'll thread that big fat needle. Usually I do a little bit better than that. Okay, and see how this came out all big? You can wrap that in, and what you're going to do is go into the backs of your stitches and weave in your ends. Okay, and when you're done, you can clip that off, and you would follow the same procedure for the other ends that we have here. And you just want to weave them into those purl bumps, which we haven't done yet, but those are purl bumps, or you can weave them in along the side, either way, and you weave them in for about 1 inch, and then you can snip them off.